Hey everybody, how are you? Today I'm thinking about walking with Jesus. You know, if he was here on earth today and I had the privilege of being maybe I had the privilege of being one of the disciples, would Jesus have women disciples? I think so. If we were walking with Jesus today, what would you ask him? What question would you ask him? What would be on your heart that you would want to know? I think mine today would be that I would want to know, how do I find strength to face my battles? What is one thing I can do that I can face my battles and still keep the right mindset of a godly person, still do things the correct way? You know, sometimes it's a struggle. Sometimes we get in the middle of hard times and oh my, the pressure gets on and things can get really chaotic. And sometimes if we are not at the place spiritually we should be and in a right relationship with Jesus, things can get kind of nasty and it can kind of be our own fault. We can kind of let things spiral out of control. So what would be the correct way? What is one thing that would help me to stay focused? I think one of the things he would tell us is one of the things would be just to be quiet, be still. Because you know, a lot of times God speaks in still small voices, and if we're not quiet and still, we're going to miss it. Because we have too many other things going and too many other things in our focus. I think we would totally miss it. And I think that's one thing that Jesus would tell us, is to be quiet and to focus. Another thing I think he would tell us is to remember who you are. Remember how important you are. In the Bible talks about, it says, in returning and rest ye shall be saved, in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. And that was a verse that really helped me a lot. Quietness and confidence. Quietness to listen to God, and confidence to move forward in knowing that he is by your side. You know, and that brings us to the next question. Is Jesus by your side? Does Jesus walk with you in your everyday life? Is he right here with you, helping you make decisions? Or is he somewhere far off that you cannot relate to him and he is not easily accessible? That is hugely important. When I go through life, when I am at the place I'm supposed to be, you know, Jesus lives inside of me. He's the one that helps me to think the right thoughts. You know, it's so important that he is so much a part of us that we don't even have to stop and think and pray about stuff. Now, prayer is very, very good. We need to pray. And sometimes I think that the prayer just comes automatically in our minds. When I am in a big situation, the quietness and confidence thing comes without even praying and asking about it, simply because that Jesus is so much a part of my life. He is so much an everyday part of my life that he is my foremost in my thoughts. So I even have made myself a picture. It's just a picture that I put words on it, but I have it to remind myself that I need to be quiet and calm, and then to go forwards in confidence, knowing that if Jesus is inside of me, then things will turn out right and he will guide my footsteps. I don't need to worry about it. I don't need to be scared of making mistakes, because Jesus is with me and he's telling me what to do and which way to turn. So I think Jesus would say, quietness and confidence will be your strength. So I give this to you today, my friend. Quietness and confidence can be your strength today if Jesus is walking right beside you, if he's right here. Love you all. Go be great.